Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been here in a minute, but today I have this client tutorial on how I do this infamous glitter beat on my clients. This is literally like my most requested look. So yeah, here we go. So starting off, I'm gonna prime the skin, and I'm just taking this e.l.f. hydrating primer, and I'm just going to spread that all over her face using this Wet n Wild foundation brush just to prep the skin. It's very moisturizing, and so I like to use that on all my clients, and it also like blurs the skin a bit. And then I put powder on the eyebrows just to like take away any oils, so that when I put on the pencil it won't slip and slide everywhere due to like the primer. So yeah, I'm just going to do her brows. I'm gonna start off by lining the bottom first, and I'm using this pencil that I got from the beauty supply store. Actually a really good pencil, really cheap, and it works really good. And then I'm going to line the top of her brows, and then I'm going to fill that in. So when I do my brows, they kind of look messy at first, like they look a little all over the place and wild, but that is what concealer is for. So after I fill it in, I will start to brush them out just so that they won't look so harsh, and then I'm going to conceal them. Now, I started off concealing her brows, and then for some reason the camera did not want to act right, and it just went totally out of focus. So I only got me kind of like concealing the top, but I just take some LA Pro Girl concealer on the top, and I use the CoverGirl True Blend concealer on the bottom, I believe, just because that concealer is really thick and I like the brows to look really clean underneath. So that's the concealer I use on the bottom. I use the LA Pro Girl on the top, and I'm using a Wet n Wild concealer brush to carve out her brows. And then I'm going to blend that out with this like fluffy brush that I got in an Amazon set, so I can't really like leave a specific link to those down below, or like to this specific brush. But yeah, I'm just doing her brows, and I'm getting rid of that ugly box in front just by like fading it away. If you guys want to like in-depth tutorial on how I do like brows on my clients, I will give you that. And yeah, so boom, we moving on to the eyes or whatever. So just priming the eyes with the PLOUISE eyeshadow base, and I'm applying that with the same concealer brush, and then I'm going to buff that out with the same brush that I used for her eyebrows. I like to use fluffy but dense brushes to like blend stuff out. I feel like it gives you a seamless blend, and it's just the best for priming the eyes. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to the eyeshadow look. And so I'm gonna take this color from the palette that I just pointed to, and I'm just going to pat that on her lid. Now, I do makeup kind of different from others, I'm unique or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I pat eyeshadow on and then I blend it out. I think that the color payoff is just better that way. So as you can see, I patted on 2 eyeshadows and then I blended it out. Like I said, I just feel like it's better that way. It's honestly up to you though. Do what makes you feel comfortable. But I just feel like when you pack on the colors first and then blend it out, it just comes out way more pigmented. And that's how I like my glitter cut creases. So yeah, just piling up color on top of color, adding more depth and dimension to the eyeshadow look. So right now I am just deepening up the crease or whatever with this dark brown color. And when I do silver cut creases, I kind of like to stay within like the brown color, like as the background color of the cut crease. I don't really want to add too much depth and dimension because I want the glitter to really pop. So I'm just taking this dark brown and I'm going to use that to deepen it. And then I'm going to take this clean eyeshadow brush from Real Techniques just to blend out the outer edge of the eyeshadow, because we want to make sure that everything is blended seamlessly and it just looks flawless. And then I'm going to clean up the eyeshadow look with some concealer on this Wet n Wild concealer brush that I've been using. And I like to do this because it just makes everything look so clean and sharp. So yeah, now we're moving on to actually cutting the crease. So I'm taking this I think it's called like an eyeshadow paint. It's by PLOUISE and Mama Mitchell, and it's really good for carving out creases. It's really good as a base, period, but I really like this for cutting out the crease. It's just so thick and it just makes everything come out way sharper, and I really like it. So I highly recommend it if you are a makeup artist or if you just love makeup, period. So I'm just carving out the crease or whatever. And then I'm going to put a silver eyeshadow on top of that just to have like a base underneath the glitter. So yeah, I'm not really going to show that because it went out of focus. I don't know why, but my camera was acting up. But I'm just going to take this silver eyeshadow from this New York palette by Chanel Cosmetics, and I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to put eyelash glue on top of that so my glitter has something to stick to. So this is from Eye Envy by Kiss. I highly recommend this lash glue, and I'm just going to carve out where I'm putting the glitter. As you can see, I didn't put the glitter all the way down because when you put eyeliner on top of glitter, it looks ugly and weird and chunky, and it's just not smooth. So yeah, I just left a little gap. Also, when I do these glitter looks, I like to use different sizes of glitter. So I just mix chunky and fine. I get my glitters from all over. I get my glitters from NYX, Michaels, Amazon. Just make sure that it's safe for your body and your eyes, and you're pretty much good. So now I'm going to move on to eyeliner, just doing a wing, and I'm going to put a white liner on top of it just to add a pop. I just like when my glitter cut creases have like a little extra pop to it just because I'm very extra. So I'm just going to use the SUVA Beauty eyeliner, the Hydra liner, and then I'm going to also mix that in with the NYX Vivid white eyeliner as well. I like my brow bone to pop, so I'm just going to put some highlighter on the brow bone, and then I'm going to go back into her eyebrows and put some eyelash glue on it instead of eyebrow gel, and I'm just going to brush that in. I feel like it holds the hairs in place way better than regular brow gel would, so that's just a little pretty step, and it adds like a fluffy natural hair effect to it. I just think it's really good, so I just did that. And then I'm going to clean up the eyeshadow look once again, and now we're gonna move on to the face. Well, before I add the foundation, I'm just going to prime her skin again with some primer oil from NYX, and I'm just going to rub that all over her face. And then I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay foundation, you know, as a foundation today. And I can't give you guys a specific color because I mixed like 3 different colors to get her perfect skin tone. So yeah, I mixed that up. And then I like to spread the foundation all over, you know, my client's face before I blend it out, because one, I feel like it's more full coverage. You use less product that way, and it's just a really good technique. So I spread it all over, and then I, you know, buff it in and blend it out with a foundation brush. Moving on to highlighting, I'm taking this ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I'm just going to place that under her eyes and in her T-zone, you know, everywhere where the sun hits her face. And I'm just going to highlight, but I'm not going to blend it out. I'm actually going to skip that step and go straight into contouring, just so that the concealer could get a little tacky before I blend it out. I feel like that is a good trick if you want the makeup to look more full coverage as well. So I'm just going to jump into contouring, and I believe I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the darkest shade. I really like this for my darker clients because it adds like this warm bronzy type of tone to the makeup, and I don't really contour heavy. I'd rather the face looked more like tan and bronzy than like heavily contouring. That's just my style though. If my clients ask for a heavy contour, I'll give it to them, but I don't really like go too hard on the contour. That's just my preference. But yeah, I'm just gonna blend it out with the same foundation brush that we were using earlier. And yeah, instead of dragging the contour down, I kind of like blend it up towards the highlight, just so that when I blend out the highlight, it kind of like meshes together and it just looks way more flawless. So around the cheek area, I kind of blend up and like pat it in rather than like blend it downwards. But you know, that's just me or whatever. So I'm going to use the original Beauty Blender to blend out her highlight. I'm just, you know, patting it in. This part is kind of self-explanatory. You could just watch what I'm doing. Just patting it in and making sure that everything is blended seamlessly. Also dipping back in with the foundation brush to clean up the edges of the concealer so that it blends in perfectly with the contour. I'm gonna now set her highlight with this SACHA Buttercup setting powder, and I'm using the beauty blender to set it. I just feel like it applies the powder very smoothly and it doesn't leave any patches. So I just apply that setting powder to all the places that I highlighted. And I also use the banana powder, and I put that under the contour just to like make it sharp a bit. It's just a little trick that I like to do. And now we're moving on to setting the contour. So I typically use eyeshadows to set the contour because I can't find a contour with the proper undertones for dark skinned girls. So this color eyeshadow is from that like eyeshadow stack from Melt Cosmetics, and I just used that to set her contour. And now I'm wiping away the powder using the foundation brush. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth video on how to properly highlight and contour, I'll do that for you guys. But I don't really contour too heavy with my clients, so I'm just going over, you know, the bridge of her nose with the same eyeshadow that I used to like set her contour. And I'm just contouring a little bit, and then I'm going to wipe the powder from underneath her eyes. Now moving on to blush, I'm just going to add some blush to her cheeks, and I'm going to follow that up with some highlight from Artist Couture. Really love that highlight. That's like my favorite highlighter ever. It's so pigmented and it just glistens so nice. So I highly recommend that highlighter. So now we're moving on to the pop of color underneath her eye. So to do this, I use this white eyeshadow primer from Ambrosia Cosmetics. I just put that on first, and then I just apply whatever color that my client wants. So I decided to give my sister this orange pop of color. So I just took an orange eyeshadow from, I believe I used the Juvia's Play Zulu palette, but you can use any eyeshadow, it really doesn't matter, just use your preference. And I put that under her eyes, and now we're moving on to the lips. So I always get questions about how I do my lips on my clients. I use brown eyeshadow to line their lips. Eyeshadow lasts longer than lip liner in my opinion. When you're eating, it doesn't come off. When you're drinking, it doesn't come off. So I recommend using eyeshadow as eyeliner. And then I put some lip gloss on. I put a nude lip gloss all over the lip, and then I actually use eyeshadow and put that in the middle of their lips. I like eyeshadow instead of using lipstick and stuff like that. I haven't found like a good liquid lipstick either, so if you guys have recommendations for that, you should definitely put me on. But yeah, I just use eyeshadow really for the lips and clear lip gloss, to be honest. And then I, of course, blend that out with a brush. Now to set the face, I actually like to spray my setting spray onto a beauty blender and then pat the setting spray in. This takes away from any ashiness, any powderiness, any cakiness. It just sets everything together so well. Instead of just spraying it on the face, I recommend spraying it into a beauty blender and then patting it into the skin, especially underneath the eye. Best trick ever, your makeup will come out dumb flawless. And then I'm just gonna put on some mascara, and then I believe that is the end of the video. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want more in-depth tutorials, because like I know I kind of went a little fast. I couldn't say everything I wanted to, but I don't like really long videos. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in next week's video. Peace.